Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
Tupac and Biggie has been a mystery to a lot of people for a long time. Throughout the 90s and early 2000s, people had speculations on who did it. You even heard whispers in the streets of who did it. But we never knew who did what until this internet came. Once this internet came, that clout train came, it got everybody high off this clout. Now we know exactly, well, alleged, who did what. All because of people getting on this internet, running their mouth, man. And they still continue to do it right now. This phone call is being recorded. They don't care about none of that. Let's go over and check this out, man. It says Tupac killer was involved in Biggie hit 2. We about to find out what's going on. Let's go check it out, man. Let's go.
So we're waiting for the guy that allegedly killed Tupac, Keefe D, to a
Tupac, man. Not no Tupac. Tupac, man.
trial. It took decades for him to get arrested, even though a lot of people like Vlad, you know, they basically said that they had solved the Tupac murder for years now. But now we're hearing new news. I cannot believe this. They're saying that Keefe D might have had something to do with the murder of Biggie too. Are you telling me this guy killed Tupac and Biggie? Like, you're going to tell me he killed King Von next? But it's really what they're saying, okay? This says Keefe D hits yet another roadblock ahead of the Tupac murder trial. And it says Keefe D set to face trial in the murder of Tupac on August the 10th, but his defense team is starting to get frustrated. He's been having a rough go of things ever since 2023 when he was arrested and placed in jail for allegedly orchestrating the murder of Tupac himself. Now the man wants to make sure some of his testimonies are kept out of evidence.
Well, hey, listen. Your testimony gonna be in evidence, man. You went on the internet talking about it. Now, what made me get on this subject right now? This is crazy. I'm gonna tell y'all why. I was just in Long Beach, hiking up a little hill. I ain't gotta tell y'all when if you out there, you know. And I seen the dude that played in the Tupac movie. He was out there early morning, and I looked at him. I said, "Man, you look like Pac." And then it dawned on me, that's the dude from the Tupac movie. And then when I come back to the office and turn on this stuff right here, the first thing that pops up is Keefe D. I'm like, man, what is going on? It's a coincidence. So we're gonna check this out. They say he got something to do with both of these guys unaliving. That's crazy. If he do, oh man, this is crazy. Let's get back into it, man. It's crazy.
This is insanity, okay? So it says, for instance, Keefe D claims he had an agreement with the LAPD that any statements made during police interviews would be exempt from the record. He also believes this extends to his book, Compton Street Legend, and his defense is apparently working hard to make sure that these exhibits are kept out of trial evidence. However, the prosecution is fighting hard to make sure that the book and police interviews can in fact be used, according to Fox 5. Wait a minute, I need to change my little settings on. I've just got these Beats headphones. What are we saying? Are we still rocking with Beats, or is the jig up? So it said, according to Fox 5, the prosecution argues that Keefe D's book actually voided the previous LAPD agreement. If the book and the interviews are used during the trial, his chances of winning become slim, and the defense knows it. So this says Keefe D fights the prosecution. Meanwhile, Keefe D's defense is claiming that the prosecution is actively trying to sabotage them. During Tuesday's hearing, they accused the prosecution of filing 4,000 pages worth of documents about the death of Biggie Smalls. The prosecution believe both cases are connected, but the defense says it doesn't have time to respond to the documents. 4,000 pages worth of documents about Biggie. This is...
All right, so we did hear that Biggie and them was hanging out in the CPT in Compton, as well as Puffy. I know P. Diddy in there shaking in his boots right now if he got anything to do with this. Allegedly, we didn't heard rumors that he might have something to do with this. It's all on the internet. I'm not saying nothing that ain't on here. But I know he's shaking in his boots right now because this dude right here done wrote a book. He done did a whole lot of talking about this case. We done seen him on Vlad, on everywhere talking about this a couple of years ago. And everybody was looking at him like, man, what are you doing, man? Come on, man. You can't be that broke. And I don't think it had nothing to do with money because dude had paper. I think it was this clout, man. This clout is wearing everybody out, man. This is an OG. It ain't just the YNs. It ain't the youngsters that's on the internet doing crazy stuff. He's one of the originals.
Insane. So it says Keefe will be back in court on June the 30th, and he's going to find out whether or not these exhibits will be exempt from the record. If you may recall, it's his own book that was the catalyst for the initial investigation and subsequent arrest.
His own book. The book that he wrote is one of the main reasons why he's sitting in jail right now.
So just let me give you a little bit of background. Keefe D basically talked himself into his own indictment. Many interview clips, including this one, is what led to him being duly nicked for the murder of Tupac. Okay.
Tupac.
It's because
I only want to show you a small part of this, nothing grisly.
becoming more apparent that Dwayne Keefe D. Davis likely talked himself into his own indictment nearly 3 decades after the murder of Tupac Shakur.
We now know more evidence considered by a Clark County grand jury in returning an indictment against Dwayne Keefe D. Davis. It consists mainly of Davis's own words gathered over the past few years from interviews he gave.
I got no reason to lie.
In various public forums on YouTube.
That's why they think you telling the truth.
And in an autobiography, Davis described the events that brought down the rap legend.
Y'all need to come buy my book. Compton's a street legend. It's a good read, man. It's nothing but the truth.
Davis admitted to being one of 4 people in the infamous white Cadillac that fateful September night. He says his crew noticed Tupac because the rapper was hanging out of the front passenger side window of a black BMW driven by Suge Knight along Flamingo Road near the Strip.
Shit, he had half his body out the window. Yeah.
Contrary to what gang member Denvonta Lee told the grand jury, jurors heard Davis claim in an interview with Urban City TV it was Orlando Anderson, his nephew, who shot Shakur on September 7th, 1996.
He gave the gun to Orlando, and Orlando shot Tupac and Suge.
Yeah, he did his thing, yeah.
Davis also said after the shooting, his crew went back to their Strip hotel to pop.
Well, I'm so glad. Hey, you know, I know that's crazy, but man, if his nephew and my cousin was in that car too, right? If them dudes were still alive right now and seeing you doing this stuff that you doing, man, they probably would have cracked you upside your skull, man. What are you doing? Well, you did what you did already. Let's get back to this.
Bottles.
Didn't nobody know but us 4 that was in the car.
The other 3 men in that car with Davis are now all deceased, and investigators say it's unlikely Davis would have ever been arrested if he hadn't opened his
mouth. I finish it for you. If he haven't opened his mouth. Same thing you see on today. Same thing you seen. We seen Loose Cannon do it. He got on here like, man, come on, I know you. He was telling the truth. You know, the jail phone calls that's coming in. All this stuff gonna be held against your character, man. They think it's a joke. You know, we're gonna see how it all play out. We're gonna be right here to do the reactions on it.
Mouth.
Orlando, not to tell nobody, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I said, on this type of can't be telling nobody.
Then why you telling everybody or told everybody?
That's the only way you're gonna stay free.
Davis is
The fact that he sat there and said, yeah, he told me don't tell anyone, that's the only way you're going to stay free, bro. You arrested for that now. You are going down for that right now. So Keefe D's legal team would initially argue that Davis wasn't involved, and then his past confessions, they would say they were just fabricated for fame, and, you know, basically they're just saying he was just getting clout, he was just trying to get money. It wasn't true. He didn't really do any of that stuff. I don't know if we believe in that.
Defense attorney Carl Arnold says we shouldn't believe what 60-year-old Dwayne Keefe D. Davis has to say about the shooting of Tupac Shakur.
He keeps repeating this, is that the whole thing is unfair. He feels that he had protection from his earlier statements that were made.
Those earlier statements to police in California who were investigating not the death of Shakur, but the death of Notorious B.I.G.
He didn't have any information, but said, hey, let me try to, rehash this Tupac murder, give you some information that he heard on the streets, and he filled in the gaps as they were asking questions.
Arnold says Davis
also, he knew. Oh my God, man. No, we didn't. No, he didn't. I know something about that other one, man. Let me off of this. I heard it through the grapevine. I know something that happened. Let me off of this. I'm going to give y'all what y'all need to know. That's why you can't do crimes with people.
lied about his alleged involvement in Shakur's murder, saying he was in the shooter's car and handed him the gun. That eventually unraveled, according to Arnold, where those private statements to police turned into public interviews, paid interviews.
He's sitting over there, how come I didn't make any money on this? And now someone's presenting him with the opportunity to make some money, combined with, okay, he's looking at these are his last years of life. Let me tell my story.
So isn't it kind of stupid to do that and then get hit with a murder charge?
Yeah, it was really stupid. But then again, here's what he's thinking is, he already said all these things way back when.
Arnold says it's now up to prosecutors to prove Davis's own statements are true beyond a reasonable doubt.
He just said they was true. He said, go buy my book. This is the truth, tell it all. He just said that. They gonna use his words. Yeah, you said the shit was true. Yeah, we believe it. They gonna want to solve this. This gonna be the biggest case ever that have been solved. Good thing about it, he almost out of here. He ain't got that much long anyway. What, he in his 60s? Probably got about a good 10 left. Go in there and get your life right with God. Praise him. Or whatever you gonna do, Allah, whatever you gonna go in there and do, go ahead and get right with the Lord, man, and go in and get ready to get up out of here.
And as far as Arnold knows, there's no video or DNA evidence
already walking like that ass hurting
to prove that.
How do you defend those statements?
Again, there's no proof of that. That's the first thing.
So his own words you can't take for granted is what you're saying?
Correct.
It ain't correct. He in jail because of his own words. What are you talking about?
Has to be some type of corroboration. Anybody.
He did it on the thing. He said it's a tell-all. What are you talking about? Get these dope fiend lawyers up out of here, man. He do drugs.
He can say, well, I gave this person the gun and he shot Tupac.
So if he didn't do it, does he know who did?
No, he does not know who did.
He said he know he did. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, man?
And why should we trust Keefe?
A good lawyer, though. You need a lawyer like this. Whatever dope he on, that's a good lawyer, man.
Keefe D now.
You shouldn't trust Keefe D. You absolutely shouldn't. And that should be the thing that causes him to walk.
What? Yeah, I don't want him for a lawyer.
Arnold says he plans to subpoena Suge Knight for the trial. Knight is the only living witness and was driving the car Tupac was riding.
Suge Knight, you want to get out of jail? Here go your chance. They ain't doing nothing to snitches no more, Suge Knight. Snitches is out here having sex, smoking drugs, getting high. Got all the young girls on their team. Lil Woody and all them dudes, they out here partying, living a life, man. Nothing gonna happen to you, Suge. This is your way out of jail. They gonna subpoena you to court.
In. Arnold also says another witness we could hear from, Sean P. Diddy Combs. I'm David.
Imagine they actually get
Sean P. Diddy Combs. What's going down?
Diddy.
They getting to the nitty gritty now.
Imagine they actually get Diddy and Suge Knight. They get the whole gang back together to put Keefe D away so that these guys can get time taken off their sentences. The rumors going around that this could be Suge Knight's only way to kind of get some time knocked off of his sentence.
You don't think Suge ain't fit to get no time knocked off his sentence? He damn near out of here too. He trying to get up out of there. He ain't gonna keep it gangster no more. He don't care what they say about it. They done already took death row. They done already took death row from him. Yeah, they done took that from him already. You might as well go ahead and do what you got to do, Suge. Ain't nobody gonna be mad at you. Suge Knight, I know you hear me. It's your chance, baby.
If he actually puts away the person, that killed Tupac, man. So getting Suge Knight to testify, the thing is that might not be the best idea because even he alleged that Keefe D told him that they got Tupac.
What?
I used to keep a box at the Staples Center. So I'm at the Laker game, fucking with a bitch here and there, got some bitches with me. I step out for a little fresh air. I see Keefe D. Keefe D was spooked. First thing he told me was it didn't have nothing to do with the killing of my homie Buntry. I responded to Keefe D and said, shit, if I thought that, I'd be on you already. He said, but I'm going to give you something that's real true, and I've been wanting to tell you because we've been knowing each other, since we was kids. So Keefe D was like, look, I need the money. Puffy and them supposed to give me $1 million. They gave us most of the money, or half of the money. And that's how everything unraveled for is what happened in Vegas.
Oh my God. Cry. Don't pay. Puffy your ass out of here, boy. Suge Knight done already got on. Hey, this phone. Let's see if they say this phone call is recorded. Hold on. Let me see. Wait a minute.
At that time, I'm on parole. I look to the left, look to the right. The whole place is packed. So I'm like, I have to go take the piss. Let's have this conversation in the restroom.
In the restroom? Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Let's see if they say this phone call is being recorded.
You're like, man, I ain't going in that restroom with you. And good thing he didn't, because even though we was friends, but if a motherfucker pays you to kill us, I got a bullet into my skull.
You got skin. You ain't got no bullet in your skull. Knock it off.
And one of the best friends I ever had in life is Pac. And he ain't here. I'm gonna beat the fuck out that nigga in that restaurant.
So this is what.
Wow. Yeah, it looks like he didn't already said what he had to say on this recording. So he gonna come to court and say the same thing. He didn't already said it for free. However much they paid him to say this. So he gonna come to court and say if they subpoena him to court, Puffy your ass gonna be grass. Yeah, you gonna be grass, boy, if they put this on you. These old niggas, they best friends. They done plotted this a long time ago. They trying to get up out of jail, boy. Yeah, you done. Anyway, man, leave y'all thoughts in the comment section. Like I said, it's crazy because I just seen a look at the dude who played in the Tupac movie. I swear on my mom, I just seen him not too long ago. And then I pop up with all this, man. Leave y'all thoughts in the comment section. It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV. Subscribe to the channel. I'll catch all of y'all on the next one.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Compton Rick Rock TV. Also, hit that notification bell and catch every video when I drop.